Welcome back to the fourth instalment of this DC tutorials playlist. Here today we're going to be doing the Wonder Woman tutorial. So let's get started. First things first, we're going to start by drawing a circle method, and this will give us our rough outline of where body parts are going to go. So if we just do a head circle, then we're going to do like shoulder blades, and then we'll get the chest area in, and then arms. And then we've pretty much got a rough idea of where the anatomy is going. So as you can see, we've got our body shape. And now we can begin on the face. So I'm going to try and make this as simple as possible. I'm going to draw a line roughly halfway down the face. And I'm going to make a triangle upside down. And this should be able to determine where the eyes and nose will go. So I'm just going to dot a circle in the middle, then 2 dots either side. So you should have 5 dots across the line, just so we know roughly where the eyes are. And I'm just going to do rough oblong shapes across the eyes, and a little circle for where the nose should be. Now once you've done that, you're just going to do the top of the left eye. You just want to go up and then across, with a little tear duct on the right side. So we'll do these lines a little thicker. Then you're going to add a eyelid above the eye with a few eyelashes. And then we're going to do a thin eyelid across the bottom of the eye with some more little eyelashes. Just thicken that top eyelid up, and we can begin to add the pupil. Right, so as you can see, I'm just going to thicken up the top of the eye and go around the iris, make the lines nice and thick so they stand out a bit better. I'm just going to add in some reflection on the eyeball for a little later on. So now I want to find the shape of the eyebrow, so I'm just going to loosely draw a line above it, try and go with the curve of the face, so we can determine where the other eye needs to sit. So roughly the eyebrow is going to go around there, and then it'll be similar on the other side. So now we can do the same on the other eye. It's the same sort of curved line on the top, with a little tear duct on the left side now. And then it'll be the same again. We're going to do a nice eyelid on the top and start to add in some eyelashes. Nice thick eyelashes on the top. And then the same for the bottom. Another eyelid and add in some little eyelashes. And then we need to thicken that top eyelash up. And we can add in the iris again, nice big eyes. So just extend that top eyelid a little bit and eyelashes. Right, so I'm just going to add a little bit of reflection in on the pupil again, because I can't really see the pupil, it's very dark. And then we add in the eyebrow again. So I'm just going to curve the face again where the skull is, from the side of the eye, to find where the eyebrow needs to sit. So the eyebrow sort of goes up and then down to the right a little bit. So if we just double up the lines now, add in a little bit of shading for the eyebrow, nice and messy. And there it curves round a little. Thicken them eyebrows, and there it's starting to look good now. So now we just need to draw a line where the nose fits, so from the inside of the eyes on both sides, and then we're going to add in under the nose the nostrils. So now we just want to curve round the nostrils at the top on both sides. And try and marry that up a little bit closer to the eyes. So just add the nostrils come down a little bit, or sort of like the shadow. And then you can just put the markings of where the lip part goes, just above the lip. Right, so now we just want to determine where we want to put the mouth. So we need to find out how long we want the mouth to be. So to do that, we're going to go and draw a line faintly down from the eyeball. So inside the eye, we're just going to draw a steady line down on both sides. And once you've done that, we can start to add in the lips. So what we're going to do is we're just going to draw some circles to get the rough shape. So draw a circle in the middle and then 2 little circles either side. Once you've done that, we can start to try and find the line. So I'm just going to draw another circle below the nose so I can try and determine where the top lip is going to go. I'm just going to draw lots of circles here. Circle for below the lips and circles inside the lips. So here we've got the top of the lip. And we know it's got that sort of little U at the top of the lip. And then we've got the edge of the lips, and we just want to draw a line straight across, but it doesn't want to be a straight line, it wants to be sort of twisted, because it's like the inside of the mouth. And as we do that, we're going to thicken that line up and darken it. And then add the top lip on. So just steady this part. And the lip won't go completely to the end. We'll put in some little sort of dimple shadows. So as you can see, it doesn't go all the way to the end. Then we're going to draw another sort of like semicircle, similar to an eye, underneath it. And that's going to be the inside of the mouth. Then we want to add a line beneath it, and this will be slightly thicker because this is the bottom lip. And then that wants to go not all the way to the edge of the drawing, of the lips, sorry. You make that nice and thick, and I'm just going to add another line underneath the lips because it's sort of like, I don't know, like a dimple sort of thing. And I'll add a little bit of texture on the lips. Try and make them look a little bit more 3D and fuller. Add some shading in between the middle for where the teeth are without actually drawing the teeth. So it's sort of like the gums. Shadow of the gums. So here where I've drawn this circle at the bottom, I'm just trying to determine where I need the chin to be by adding these circles as gap fillers, sort of guidelines. So this may take a couple of goes. There's a little bit trial and error. I'm just trying to get the rough shape of the entire skull. But a lot of it is covered by hair. So I'm just going to add in some details. Just extend that eyebrow a little bit. Determine where that goes up. And then the cheekbone sort of thing. As it comes down, because she's sort of looking like up, so her head's slightly tilted down. So here we're just gonna keep adding around the skull. I'm just gonna draw a line across the bottom of the nose, just to help me figure out where things need to go, where this jawline starts to come in. So we'll be rubbing these guidelines out later on. So I'm just going to rub the circle ones out now and get rid of the triangle. I don't need that anymore. And we can get rid of more or less all the guidelines we've put in. Because I think we're just going to have to try and draw the chin a little bit. So here I need to add in a little circle in the middle, a little dot rather, and And this is where we're going to put her sort of crown that she wears on her forehead. And then this will help us with the skull. So at the minute, a chin I think I'm going to redo, but I'm going to wait until I've got a bit more details in. I'm just going to make her lips a little bit shorter on the top lip. I'm just going to change her nose a little bit as well. I think I want her nose a little bit longer. So the same principle, circle and the little U. And then as I add the nostrils in, a little shadow underneath them. And bring the nose in. So I've made a nose a little bit thinner and longer. I'm just going to make her lips a little bit thicker now, the bottom one. And we're going to have another go at doing the chin again. Right, so just put a little dot there either side. That's where I want the shape to go. And then it's going to slightly curve inwards gradually. So the same on this side. It's got a slight curve where the cheekbone is. And just try and join them together. Just redo that again. As I said, it's a little bit trial and error. So there's sort of like a shadow there. So if I just draw the shadows in, it might help me determine how the chin wants to sit. There we go. That's starting to look a little bit better. I'll just thicken the lines up. So just thicken these lines a little bit more. I'll correct it. If I add in a neck, yeah, that's better. It's starting to look a little bit better now with the neck in. I'll make her dimples a little bit bigger. And there's a little bit sort of like a collarbone. Some hair here. So yeah, if I just add in her mask, start to look a little bit better. So this is just a lot of like straight lines and triangles. And we'll just try and make it a little bit 3D if we thicken some of the lines up. That'll give it a little bit of depth. So just add in some hair here. Yep. So we just need to round it up a little bit at the top. It's sort of sitting on her forehead and where her hair's parting and coming through. It also wants to look like it's rounded across her face. And then in the middle it's sort of curved. Just try that bit again. I think that's come over a bit too far. So just narrow that one. Bring that down in the middle. Bring that up a little bit. That's a little bit better. Right, now that's not in the middle, so I'm not happy with that. Just try it all again. It's an absolute mess. Right, here we go. Make the mask wider on top. That's better. It wants to be nice and wide. This triangle comes down because then it's got triangles above it. So on your left side, top left, it has the bands are smaller, but on the right side they're a little longer. So we just add them in now. Nice pointy triangle. There we go. we'll start in the middle doing the sort of like shooting star thing. So it's a curved line, and then we're doing like a massive shooting star sort of thing. So I'm just going to draw over it. They're like a cross, and add in the diagonal ones. And there you've got like a police badge. Add in the final details on each side. And that is her crown done. So we'll start by adding her hairline. So sort of like coming out of her scalp, this part. You can see where her hair runs from. So we'll do this all the way across, but not in a straight line. It still look like it's coming up and out of a, so draw a parting. And now we're just going to try and find the direction of which the hair goes. So it's sort of got like loads of little flicks and it's curly. You don't all want to be going in one direction. So she's got like a flick coming down from the left side. If I just try and add in down from there and just randomly do it wavy, you get some volume. Just going to draw a circle oblong at the top so I know how high up to do a hairline. And I'm going to add in off the parting. Now to tackle the right side, so it comes over her crown, because her crown goes like underneath. So this side it comes over her shoulder. This sort goes down the back of her shoulder. So I'll draw some hair coming over her shoulder. Some wavy, like it's blowing in the wind. And it's narrower at the top. And some blowing away off. Some strands. And you've sort of got like a nice outline of her hair. Just add in some wavy lines. So down here over her shoulder on the left side, it's just very curly. Need some strands coming out on the left side. And add in a shoulder on the other side. So that's looking okay now. Just need to bring this shoulder out a little bit further. And then add her arms down. Right, so now we're just going to make a start on the torso. So, working on the body, just going to determine where the top of her armour is. Just need to get a rough guide. So I just want to drag this hair down a little bit further so we can get a little bit more an idea. I'm just going to widen this shoulder on the left side. So now what we're going to do is just draw a little line there to sort of top of her chest start. It's a funny little shape sort of thing. And then it goes diagonal up on one side. A little curve at the top because it goes under her arm. Sort of like put her armpit in here. And then we'll continue the shape of her armour. And then she wears a little bit of gold armour on her upper sleeve. So I'm just going to add that in. And that. Just going to stick it out a little shadowish, sort of. And across. I'm going to try and curve the edge so it looks like it's going around her arm. And put some details on it. And it's a little darker on this side so you can't really see it. So let's just continue extending the arm down a little bit. And then if we add in the other side of her armour, so her hair comes down over her armour, so we just need to extend her hair down a little bit, curl it a little bit over the top. It covers majority of her shoulder as well. So looking at it, it comes across, so it kind of wants to be symmetrical with the other side. So you've got like her breasts that are coming over. So it's got like detailed lines on the armour, but I want to follow the shape of the body to try and make it look 3D and make it look like it should. So if we just go back over to this side and start on the arm again. So right arm comes down, and then we've got the shield. So if you just draw a half circle over where the shield will be, it covers sort of just over her hip, and she's got like a strap across her, I think what may be holding her armour. So we just add that in lightly. I'm just going to change the middle of a chest piece, make that a little bit lower. Start adding some shapes in, get a bit of detail on. So we're just adding triangles at this point, sort of like doubling up the lines that are already on. So I'm going to bring this one down a little bit, put another triangle underneath it, match that at that side. So draw a little bit of armour under the hair, just so we know roughly where it is. And then another, so this sort of comes down more like a badge of some kind. It's kind of like a little Superman badge. Oh, she's Wonder Woman. So I'm going to double them lines up. And then I'm just going to try and add in the top part of the armour. So this is like the gold bit before it goes on to like a red armour. So on the red armour you can see like little grains come down. And if we do these in the right directions, this will make it that 3D look. So I'm just going to put this satchel across, connect to that, and put a button on. For a few more details inside the triangles. And now I'm just going to add in the directions of the grooves on the armour. So some are thick that are closer to the top and then narrower at the bottom. So if we just try and follow the pattern of the body, so it goes up, then it wants to change direction as it goes over her breast, and then come back round the top to curve. So you've got that 3D look, as you can see then. So I'm just going to do them not straight, slightly curved, following the abdomen area. And then if I continue the middle part of a torso, and then I need to add in on the other side the same sort of grooves. They need to follow a similar pattern. So if we just carry on with this part. If we just carry on her satchel on this side, we're going to do it in this shape because it goes around the body. And now add on the other arm, just fetch that further down. So you've got like a triangle here. This part is obviously the gap between her body, so this would be the background bit. Just put a little crease in there for her arm where it would bend. And we'll try and add in some more of the grooves to her armour. So we've got a rough idea of where things are going. So at this point I just want to thicken some lines up that are okay. Might widen this part here. So the right side looks pretty decent, it's okay. So the left side's a little bit messy. I'm just going to carry on and do the waistline. It's got like a triangular diamond sort of area here, where a belt is that holds her skirt. So you can't quite see this bit, but I'll just try and add it in. So I'm just going to bring it further down, so you can't really see it. So just mark that little bit there and bring that diamond down again. So it's a little off centre. Put a triangle inside that and a few lines. Just making this bit up now because I can't really tell. So if I just smash some lines in there, now we just want to carry on with the groove of the armour, so it sort of turns at the bottom. Oops, I shouldn't have added them bits in, ignore that part. I'll realise later on. So I'm just going to try and neaten this left side up a little bit, so it doesn't look too good. It's very messy. So just carry on her hips, add a few extra lines in on her belt. Apologies, you can't really see, and adjusted my camera. But you can just make that little bit up, just put some extra lines in, make it look like Aztec-y. Just drawing her armour on her wrist here. Again, you can't really see this bit. It's right at the bottom of the page, so you might be able to just not put that bit on. So for the shield, it's literally you need to just draw another line inside to follow the shape, the exact same. And then we're just going to add triangles inside, so it's 2 lines parallel, and then make triangles upside down triangles, and it's like bands holding it together. So just thicken that bit of the arm up. That's more or less all the detail you need to put on the shield. So that is pretty much it. Wonder Woman finished. So basically now, coming to the end of this video, all you really need to do is you can go around it in your black fine liners, use a thin nib on the facial features so you don't make it too thick, and then you can use thicker lines on the outside of the body like the arms and the hair. So just darken all this with felt, so still try and stick with the lines for the hair and that. So next, coming up in this playlist, I think we're going to be doing Aquaman, and then next after that would be Cyborg. So stay tuned and see you next time. Thanks for watching.